Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to replace the radiator in a Lexus GS300 JZS160. You'll need a new radiator. I bought a brand new Koyorad replacement off eBay for $250. The full list of items is in the description. I'll also be installing foam seal around the new radiator to improve cooling efficiency. I bought two types of seal from Bunnings, 12x12 and 19x6mm. Start by driving the car onto ramps and placing cardboard underneath the front of the car. Remove the plastic under tray. Here's the reason why I'm replacing the radiator. The neck has a hairline crack that's leaking. Remove the airbox snorkel. Undo the 3 bolts holding the airbox in and undo this air intake hose clamp. Lift the airbox out of the way. You won't be able to remove the radiator with it in place. Underneath the front of the car, you'll find the radiator drain tap, 2 transmission cooler hoses and the bottom radiator hose. Put a bucket underneath the drain tap and twist the tap anti-clockwise to empty the radiator. While that's draining, remove the 2 brackets holding the top of the radiator. Undo the top and bottom radiator hose clamps, then undo the transmission cooler hose clamps. Once the radiator is drained, disconnect all 4 hoses. Block the ends of the transmission hoses with an M12 bolt. Disconnect the 3 electrical connectors on the left-hand side of the radiator. Remove the fuse box cooling duct from the fan shroud. The radiator is now loose and will lift straight out. There's 16 years worth of leaves and dust behind here, so I use foaming degreaser and water to clean this area out. Here's the old radiator. It's filthy and the foam seal has disintegrated. The top tank's weeping around the edges and you can see where the neck is leaking. Now here's the shiny new Koyorad. We're going to swap the fan shroud assembly over to the new radiator along with the coolant temperature sensor. Remove these 6 bolts. Use a ring spanner to remove the sensor. Don't over tighten this as it will thread the plastic bung. Swap the rubber mounts over to the bottom of the new radiator. Bolt everything together and put a bit of Loctite on each of the 6 bolts, and don't over tighten. Grab your foam seal and stick it around the front facing edges of the radiator. I've layered up the thin stuff on the sides and used 1 layer of the thick stuff on the top and bottom. Slot the new radiator into place, taking care not to damage the foam seal. Reconnect all hoses and hose clamps, then plug the 3 electrical connectors back together. Take the drain hose off the old radiator and install it on the new one. Reinstall the fuse box cooling duct. Mix up a 50-50 batch of coolant and demineralised water. Fill the radiator and overflow tank and install the radiator cap. Start the car and let it idle until it reaches operating temperature, with the heater turned all the way up to the highest setting. Check underneath the car for any leaks and reinstall the under tray. Check the transmission dipstick and top the fluid up if necessary. And that's how you replace the radiator in a GS300.